I'm blown away again by the people we have speaking, so I'll be getting out of the way pretty quick. The one thing, couple things I wanted to bring up is find these energy treasure hunt cards. If you visit factories, or if you work in a factory, and get hands up, who visits factories here? Or works in a factory? It's most of you. Find this card. You'll never have better odds of winning $1,000 this evening. Okay? 6 o'clock, we're doing a raffle. You have to fill in this card. You have to walk around to the 10 booths and get a sticker. The booths that have these little dollar symbols on them. They're sponsoring the energy treasure hunt. Get a little sticker, get a signature, get 10 of them, then go to the front, the center entrance, there's a big golden raffle box. Put your raffle ticket in there, and we're rolling it at 6 p.m. First prize, $1,000. Visa prepaid gift cards. Went down to the supermarket and got them. Second place, $500, and third place, $250. I'm hoping over time we'll get some momentum with this energy treasure hunt raffle. And we'll be bringing in more and more factory people, more and more sales engineers. I'm trying to, that's our mission here, is to reward people that are affecting our kilowatt future, our efficiency future. So over time, I'm hoping this becomes something of a big deal. And this is our first year. I don't think you'll ever have better odds than this year. Okay, so that's just a reminder. This is the back side of the card. You got to write your name and company on it. It's pretty complicated. And if you don't have one, we put them, a lot of them in your bags when you checked in. If you can't find it, I think we have a lot of extras at the registration counter. Just pop by and grab one. Okay? So I'm hoping we'll have a fun raffle at 6 p.m. tonight. It's kind of like the end of the show raffle and whatnot. Okay? Obviously, I'm making kind of a big deal about energy treasure hunts. And the reason is, when I started the magazine, after years of working for a dryer company, an air compressor company, and my main work being visiting distribution, you know, who are the distributors in Western PA? Well, there's this one, that one, the other one. That was sort of my knowledge set. And starting the magazine was amazing, where I started getting to know people like these speakers that are here. That's been my last 12 years. A whole different, really exciting learning curve for me. And one of the things that they've all told me, and this is really wonderful stuff, is they use treasure hunts to get their organizations excited, because they're easy wins. It's the light bulb treasure hunt. It's the leak treasure hunt. So I'm hoping, and we'll be talking about it here, but we're trying to get this excitement. As we all know, when we visit factories and we start talking about air compressors, and they look at us like, hey, is it working or not? Reliability is what most of them want to talk about, and that's natural. But energy treasure hunts are a tool that I'm hoping we need your companies and factories to continue, but it's that normal factory out there. We want to make them aware of energy treasure hunts, because they're quick wins that are very profitable, that might take them down the road to start an energy program. And that's why I'm emphasizing it, and I plan to emphasize it for a long time, because if you're a sales engineer, this is something where you can take it to another level for them. And we have the resources here as part of this conference, free resources, where you can be a conduit to get them access to these tools that these firms use vigorously. And that's what I've learned over the last 10 years. The larger firms with more resources, with energy management, they use these free tools from the Department of Energy, from Energy Star, vigorously. to excite their organizations. I think we need the compressed air industry, the blower vacuum industry, to get these tools to these individual plants. And that's why I'm making a big deal out of treasure hunts. Here's a quick story about Daragold. Daragold hired a fine fellow named Uli Schild. He's a certified energy manager accredited by the Association of Energy Engineers. That's why the AEE is here. Next year's show, we'll be providing fast-track CEM training, okay, with them. They have 11 dairy plants in the Northwest. They began measuring energy, monthly energy usage in each plant. They learned the splits. Okay, they learned that compressed air is 20%, but they also learned what the other 80% was. They have a monthly, quarterly meetings with all the plant directors, and it goes up to the top. And what's very exciting for their business is they created an energy intensity metric of BTUs per pound of product. They have two divisions. Their consumer division, they found out, is 4,000 BTUs per pound of product. That's energy intensity. Can we start helping our clients have an energy intensity metric for whatever they make? Energy intensity is used because if you're making more product, your energy is going to go up. And that's a good thing because your business is going well. But your energy intensity can go down, meaning how much energy do I use per unit manufactured? And my hope is with the skill sets we all have here of a system assessments and all this, we can start helping clients go to that next step of having a bigger energy program. And that'll create more projects for compressed air and everything we're trying to do. So Daragold set a bold goal of reducing energy intensity by 25% over 10 years. Again, that's a profitability number, right? Energy intensity per unit, with an aggressive annual target reduction of 3% over the first 4 years. They used a lot of resources, including the Better Plants program from the DOE, but one of the key things Uli always told me is that the energy treasure hunt training guides provided by Energy Star were key, and they used them for, amongst other things, to do compressed air leak treasure hunts. They got a team of people. Their strategy was to identify them and fix them right away. And that's part of, I'm sure we'll hear more about that as one of the things that Energy Star for Industry provides, which is why they're here. And they're trying to reach that next level of plants. And we're talking about, well, they need help doing that. They've reached the corporations directly with great success. So I had to put a photo of some cheese towers in my presentation just because I thought they were pretty cool. They use a lot of compressed air. If the compressed air isn't running well, the cheese towers shut down. And they happen to need cleaning, and the seals get brittle when you clean them, and that creates a lot of leaks all the time. So they put in flow meters. After doing these treasure hunt leak detections is when they discovered all these leaks in the cheese towers, and that's led them to put in flow meters. So now that they know after the leaks are all fixed, they have a flow meter, they know what the best practice flow is to that area. And now they just have to watch that. When the flow starts going up, they know they have leaks in the cheese towers. So it's just an example, and I thought that was kind of neat. So that's my quick thing on why I keep talking about treasure hunts in this conference. We have treasure hunt workshops. We've had them yesterday at 1:30. We have them today at 1:30. The idea being these are treasure hunt projects that a customer can do that are high ROI, not capital intensive projects. And that's that. So, and with that, just am announcing now that next year we are going to do our conference and expo in Nashville, October 13th and 16th in the Nashville Music City Center. And We love to have you all there, and we're talking to the Tennessee Valley Authority right now. I think they'll be supporting it. It's not final, but we hope we can take our next step with that. I have placed information in the booths for those that have exhibited this year, and I'll be around if anyone wants to start talking about next year. So we hope to continue what we've started here. Very appreciative for everyone that came to this inaugural event, and hopefully we can build upon it. Okay, so thank you, and with that I'd like to introduce our first speaker, which, let me grab a program here. That was pretty classic right there. Was that a telephone? That was great. All right. So folks, I'm really excited to introduce Joe Maney. He's the engineering project manager from NTN Bearings, locally here in Elgin, Illinois. Has worked with ComEd extensively, received all kinds of incentives, extremely knowledgeable on compressed air. And so he thought he would do a more challenging presentation rather than the normal ones and talk about compressed air heat recovery. So with that, I'd like to introduce Joe.